Digress a bit, we get into some golf action. And yesterday, more than 250 golfers took part in the finale of the NCBA Golf Series that took place at the Mombasa Golf Club in Nairobi. And 90 of those golfers were drawn from Uganda and Tanzania, battling for the top honors in the men's, women's, and of course, juniors category. I had a chance of speaking to the MD NCBA group, that is John Gashora, and he said they are seeking to even make the golf series bigger and better. Let's listen in.
Here at Mombasa Golf Club for the grand finale of the NCBA Golf Tournament 2025 edition. We've had, as you heard, about 10 tournaments, so 40 tournaments so far across East Africa, Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, and Rwanda. And today is where we bring together all the qualifiers from those events for this grand finale. We are looking to award about 10 of those players at the end of today with such grand prizes that we recognize the golf. I must say, when we started this tournament 5 years ago, the scores that were being recorded were fairly poor, and in fact we struggled to award people who are not playing that well. I think today we can say the kind of players that we shall be awarding today are excellent players. More important is that the tournament has expanded. So it's not just today's grand finale tournament. It has given birth to the junior tournament, again across East Africa. We've had a lot of juniors play, some of them even qualifying for the world golf rankings, WAGA rankings. We have also partnered with the KGU to start the amateur golf tournament, through which amateurs from this country actually do earn a living. And indeed, we have even seen now amateurs from across the region wanting to participate in that competition. And I think what is even more satisfying is some of the juniors we started with 5 years ago have now matured to a level where they're actually participating and winning in those junior tournaments. More recently, we have partnered with the Professional Golf Association, PGK Kenya, where we are now we have brought together partners like ourselves, like-minded partners, to see how we can promote professional golf in the country. And indeed, I'm sure you've heard of the Equity Tour, which is a collaboration of NCBA and 6 other partners to make that happen. We're still asking for more partners to come along to ensure that the golf journey from junior to recreational to amateur to professional is well covered as a talanta that can produce some hella.
Yes, you've made NCBA become synonymous in the country with golf. Now you have the NCBA series. You have players in the PGK Equator Tour. You've partnered with the junior golf. What makes NCBA so passionate about golf?
Look, I think it's because of who we are. Like we believe that we must make a change. We don't get into something just to make NCBA name be known. We get into something to make a change. And I think we saw this as an opportunity where a lot of our own customers were doing recreational golf. A lot of our future customers will come out of this golf. And therefore we said, how can we make it different? How can we make it grow? How can we make it mature? The second thing was to look at the resources that the country has had. I think we ignore the fact that we have 45 golf courses in Kenya. Indeed, we have more golf courses in Kenya than we have soccer stadiums in this country, by far. And therefore, we have the resources. I believe we have the golfers as well. We have the people. If given the opportunity, we can produce some of the best golfers in the world. And thirdly, golf is the 8th most popular sport in the world. There's no reason a country like ours cannot promote it, even towards golf tourism, where a good number of countries have made a lot of money just from tourists coming to participate in golf competitions. And therefore, for that reason, NCBA set into this to change the story of golf. Golf was known as the old man sport, right? People talk about golf as in something you do after retirement, and for a long time was really just for men. I think we got into it to change that story, to say, one, we can make golf enjoyable for families, and hence our investments in junior golf. We can make it enjoyable recreationally even for young people. And I think as you travel around the clubs today, You see a lot of, not necessarily juniors, but young people who are also participating in golf, not just the Wazirs. And thirdly, that people can make a living out of this sport, which is why we have gone into now supporting professional golfers in Kenya and the amateur golfers to make sure that they can make a living out of this sport.
5 years ago when you started was just a few tournaments, and after 5 years you have almost 40 legs in the entire East Africa. Where do you want to see this tournament go?
Look, I think the last launch we did, or rather when we are launching the sponsorship for the professional golfers of Kenya, we say the focus was on the Olympics, the next Olympics. And so what we are looking at is, can we get Kenyans to go to the Olympics and compete in golf? So I think for us, that is the limit that we are looking at. More importantly, I mean, you hear golfers who make millions and millions of dollars doing this sport. We have caddies who make millions and millions of dollars just being a caddy. Can we get that done in our own country is what we keep asking ourselves. And so I think the sky is the limit.
Saying you want Kenya, to see Kenyan golfers at the Olympics. I've seen you, come and watch the junior golf clinics that we have and the tournaments that we have. From what you've seen, do we have that potential to have probably one person at the 2028 Olympics?
When we launched the junior tournaments, again, 5 years ago, I say that in 10 years now, we should see a Kenyan in the PGA Tour. I'm still quite convinced that in another now remaining 5 years, we shall see Kenyans in the PGA Tour. And if I look at the scores that the juniors are recording, I mean, a lot of them are consistently playing below par on competitions. I'm quite convinced that we will have the people to participate in PGA tours. Now, if you get people in the PGA tours, you're basically in the Olympics.
Yes. And finally, from my side, you have 4 golfers in the PGK Equator Tour. And probably what will be your message to other corporates out there who want also to grow this golf in terms of trying to uplift the PGK Equator Tour?
Sure. What we have done with the PGK teams is that we have come together as corporates, and each corporate has been allocated a number of players as your team. And therefore, think of it as you see in soccer, you have various teams. It's the same thing here. There is an NCBA team, there's a Safaricom team, there's a Visa team, there is Kenya Airways team, there's EABL team. And when you put them all together, and there are quite a few others, and when you put them all together, it means that we as corporates are competing. I mean, you should see every time there is a match, the number of notes I get and WhatsApps I get from other CEOs who are bragging about their teams beating mine. So it's actually really good. It's bringing the competitive spirit from just being on the course to boardrooms, so you can talk about your team. So I encourage, and I really encourage other corporates to join us in this journey. It's a small commitment, a small investment that's making absolute big change in people's lives. Thank you.
Thank you.
Come year 2026, what should we look forward to in terms of in matters NCBA?
Well, that is the NCBA managing director. That is